Inflation. It's a term that perpetually echoes through modern economic discourse, a constant undercurrent in our financial lives. Often discussed, yet perhaps not always fully understood in its intricate effects. Its presence, while sometimes subtle, wields a profound and far-reaching impact on our daily existence. It is not merely a number but a fundamental force shaping our realities. This pervasive economic phenomenon steadily reshapes how individuals choose to spend their money, how they manage their savings, and ultimately, how they live their lives. It dictates our financial priorities. At its core, inflation represents the decline of purchasing power over time. It's the silent erosion of your money's value, a constant background hum in the economic landscape. What this fundamentally means is that each unit of currency you possess buys fewer goods and services today than it did yesterday. Your hard-earned dollar simply stretches less far than it once did. The mechanisms driving inflation are complex and multifaceted, rarely reducible to a single cause. They are a confluence of various powerful economic forces at play. Significant disruptions within global supply chains often act as a primary catalyst, hindering the flow of essential goods. Government policies, ranging from fiscal spending to monetary adjustments, also exert considerable influence. Beyond these, broader global events, from geopolitical conflicts to natural disasters, can trigger inflationary spirals. A key driver frequently observed is supply-side constraints, particularly those impacting essential commodities. When production falters, or the costs associated with transportation surge, the market inevitably reacts. This leads to a decreased availability of goods and services, creating scarcity. When scarcity is combined with consistent or even rising consumer demand, the natural outcome is an upward pressure on prices across the board. The immediate effects of inflation are often starkly visible in our most routine activities. They manifest acutely at the grocery store checkout lines and are felt keenly at gas pumps every week. Beyond tangible goods, we observe a steady rise in the cost of essential services. From utilities to healthcare, the expenses that underpin our basic quality of life climb steadily upwards. This relentless increase forces consumers to confront difficult, often unwelcome choices. Budgets that once balanced comfortably now stretch precariously thin. Many are compelled to sacrifice the quality of goods they purchase, opting for cheaper, less durable alternatives. Others must reduce the quantity of their purchases, simply buying less of what they need. One of inflation's most insidious effects is its tendency to diminish the real value of accumulated savings. The money you've diligently put aside becomes less powerful with each passing day. This impact is particularly pronounced in environments characterized by low interest rates, where returns on savings fail to keep pace with rising prices. Your money isn't just sitting there, it's actively losing ground. Such conditions can subtly discourage saving, making it seem like a losing proposition. It inadvertently encourages immediate spending, fostering a sense that it's better to buy now before prices climb even higher. This impulse to spend rather than save can ironically fuel further inflationary pressures, creating a self-perpetuating cycle. Increased demand in the face of limited supply exacerbates the problem. The long-term implications for individual and household financial stability are significant and often severe. It's a quiet threat to future security. Moreover, inflation disproportionately impacts individuals living on fixed incomes, such as retirees. Their purchasing power dwindles relentlessly, without the benefit of increased earnings to compensate. In response to these financial pressures, consumers are not passive. They actively seek ways to adapt and mitigate rising costs. Necessity becomes the mother of invention, or at least of frugality. Many individuals begin opting for cheaper brands or readily available generic products instead of their usual preferred labels. Loyalty often takes a backseat to cost efficiency. There's a noticeable trend towards delaying non-essential purchases, pushing off luxuries, or even moderately expensive items. The impulse buy becomes a rare indulgence, if it happens at all. Consumers engage in more extensive and thorough price comparisons, meticulously searching for the best deals. Every dollar saved becomes a victory in the ongoing battle against rising expenses. These individual behavioral shifts, when aggregated, exert a collective influence that significantly impacts broader market dynamics. They send clear signals to producers and retailers. A critical aspect of inflation's impact is the frequent lag of wage increases behind the actual rate of price inflation. Salaries rarely keep pace with the rising cost of living. This disparity inevitably leads to a decline in real wages, meaning the actual purchasing power of an individual's earnings diminishes. You might earn more nominal dollars, but they buy less. The result is a significant squeeze on household budgets, making it increasingly difficult to meet everyday expenses. Financial plans that once worked flawlessly now seem impossible. In order to cope, individuals might feel compelled to work longer hours, take on additional jobs, or resort to accumulating more debt. It's a desperate attempt to maintain a semblance of their previous lifestyle. This constant financial stress can have far-reaching personal and societal consequences. It affects mental health, family stability, and overall community well-being. Inflation, rather than being an equalizing force, often acts to widen the existing gap between different economic strata. Its effects are not felt uniformly across society. Those fortunate enough to possess appreciating assets, such as real estate or certain investments, may actually see their wealth increase, or at least maintain its value during inflationary periods. Their assets are a hedge. Conversely, those without substantial assets struggle immensely, finding it increasingly difficult to maintain their standard of living. They bear the brunt of rising costs without any compensatory gains. This creates a palpable tension and exacerbates societal divides, leading to growing resentment and frustration among those left behind. The promise of upward mobility appears ever more distant. Governments and central banks are not oblivious to these pressures and frequently implement various monetary policies aimed at combating inflation. Their interventions are often a delicate balancing act. A common example is the raising of interest rates, a deliberate action designed to cool down an overheating economy. The goal is to make borrowing more expensive, thus reducing demand. However, such policies carry potential side effects that are often undesirable and politically sensitive. They can lead to job losses as businesses reduce operations in response to higher costs. They can also precipitate broader economic slowdowns, pushing an economy towards recession. These trade-offs highlight the inherent complexities and debates surrounding economic management. There is no easy answer, and every policy decision is weighed against its potential positive and negative ramifications. The path to economic stability is rarely straightforward. Beyond the immediate financial struggles, persistent inflation can contribute to a profound erosion of trust in economic institutions. Faith in the system itself begins to wane. It can destabilize national economies, leading to uncertainty and undermining long-term planning for businesses and individuals alike. Predictability becomes a luxury. On a deeper level, inflation can subtly reshape societal values and priorities, influencing everything from career choices to family planning. The future becomes less certain, more focused on survival. The necessity of understanding these intricate patterns becomes paramount for navigating the complexities of the modern world. It's about more than just numbers on a ledger. Ultimately, inflation is far more than simply a phenomenon of rising prices. It is a multifaceted, pervasive force that permeates every aspect of our economic and personal lives. It fundamentally alters our relationship with money, challenging our perceptions of its value and reliability. It also influences our relationship with time and our outlook on the future. The true cost of inflation extends far beyond the immediate price tag of goods and services. It impacts our sense of security, our aspirations, and our overall quality of life. It stands as a powerful, often unseen force, continuously shaping our choices, influencing our behaviors, and ultimately directing the trajectory of our lives. It demands our attention. Inflation challenges many of our fundamental assumptions about value, about financial security, and even about the stability of the societal fabric itself. It's a constant test of resilience. Adaptation to these profound and ongoing changes is not merely an option, but an essential requirement for anyone navigating the complex economic realities of the 21st century.